Welcome to our analysis of the political phenomenon that is Spencer Pratt's campaign. We're breaking down Joe Concha's intriguing take on the reality star's run for office. Spencer Pratt, known best for reality TV, has stepped into the political arena. His candidacy immediately sparked debate, and media analyst Joe Concha has weighed in with a fascinating perspective. Pratt's entry wasn't subtle. It was marked by the high-octane media attention characteristic of his celebrity status, instantly setting a unique stage for his political ambitions. Joe Concha offers a lens through which to view this unconventional campaign, defining Pratt's approach as a battle between, quote, common sense and chaos. Concha's analysis focuses on whether Pratt is genuinely engaging in traditional political campaigning, or if his strategy is purely performance-driven and chaotic. Pratt's public persona is anything but traditional. His campaign style is often characterized by the same unpredictable, attention-seeking tactics he employed in reality television. The chaos Concha refers to includes Pratt's unexpected actions, highly publicized stunts, and an overall willingness to bypass political decorum to garner media coverage. However, Concha suggests that beneath the chaos, there might be moments of common sense, simple, perhaps even relatable, points that resonate with an audience tired of complex political rhetoric. We look at Concha's take on any underlying substantive issues. Is Pratt articulating real policy, or are these common sense moments merely accidental byproducts of his celebrity narrative? Concha acknowledges that Pratt is masterfully leveraging media attention. Even if the content seems chaotic, the goal of gaining visibility is a highly practical, common sense marketing strategy in the digital age. Now, let's analyze the broader political impact of a celebrity running a campaign based on this perceived dichotomy of common sense versus chaos. The crucial question, does Pratt's chaotic approach and moments of simple rhetoric actually resonate with voters, or is it merely entertainment that distracts from serious issues? Concha offers insight into the role of celebrity in modern politics, suggesting that figures like Pratt fundamentally change how campaigns are consumed and perceived by the public. To wrap up our discussion, we turn back to Joe Concha for his final verdict on the nature of Spencer Pratt's political bid. Concha ultimately suggests that Pratt's campaign is a strategic mix, using chaos for attention, but potentially offering just enough common sense to keep the conversation relevant, blurring the lines between performance and politics. The Spencer Pratt campaign will be studied as a case study in how celebrity, media spectacle, and political messaging intersect in the 21st century. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the latest political commentary. Today, we're diving into a provocative argument from commentator Josh, that one major party is motivated by nothing but the acquisition and retention of power. Josh argues that while all parties seek power for this specific party, it has become the end goal, not the means to implement a governing philosophy or policy agenda. According to Josh, this shift has profound implications for how the party operates, governs, and interacts with its base and opposition. The core assertion from Josh is stark. The party's actions are systematically geared towards maximizing electoral success, even at the expense of consistent values. This belief suggests that the pursuit of power is the singular lens through which all decisions, statements, and policy stances must be viewed. Josh points to evidence such as the party's focus on short-term electoral victories, often sacrificing long-held policy positions if they believe it secures more votes. A power-first approach carries significant consequences, especially for the electorate who rely on politicians to stand for something consistent. This focus leads to dizzying policy shifts and contradictions as the party pivots rapidly to appeal to shifting demographics and various voting blocs. The result, as Josh sees it, is the erosion of foundational ideology, where core beliefs are easily compromised for the sake of political expediency. When power is the only driver, the impact on effective governance and public trust is severe and often detrimental to the country. Decision-making prioritizes political optics, looking good in the short term, over implementing effective long-term solutions that may be politically unpopular initially. This strategy ultimately undermines public trust, feeding cynicism and deepening the polarization as voters become suspicious of genuine motives. In conclusion, Josh's argument offers a sobering perspective on modern politics and the motivations driving major parties. His commentary serves as a warning. Beware the dangers of a political party focused solely on its own perpetuation, regardless of the cost to its principles or the nation. Welcome to China's Strategic Interests Expert Analysis, where we uncover the specific areas demanding China's focus. China's global influence is undeniable, but where exactly are they concentrating their strategic energy right now? The answer reveals much about future world dynamics. What specific sector or region is currently capturing Beijing's attention? The focus might be sharper and more critical than you think. To break this down, we turn to Dr. Anya Sharma, a leading geopolitical strategist with decades of experience analyzing East Asian policy and economic ambitions. Dr. Sharma's analysis pinpoints the core strategic interest: global technological self-sufficiency, specifically in advanced semiconductor technology and AI. This interest isn't broad. It's centered on mastering the entire supply chain for microchips and leveraging AI for competitive advantage across all industries. Controlling advanced technology is paramount for both economic dominance and geopolitical security, especially as global competition intensifies. The rationale is clear. Technological dependence creates vulnerability. China aims to eliminate this vulnerability and establish itself as the world's innovation leader. Historically, China has always prioritized national strength. This current push echoes past movements toward industrial modernization and national resurgence. The long-term goal is not just self-sufficiency, but to become the global standard setter for next-generation technology, shaping international norms and markets. China's current strategy involves massive state investment, intellectual property acquisition, and accelerated R&D through initiatives like Made in China 2025. Billions are being poured into building new fabrication plants and fostering domestic talent to close the technology gap with global leaders. This push has intensified global tensions, prompting other nations to reevaluate their own supply chain vulnerabilities and national security measures. Dr. Sharma concludes that China's focus on tech self-sufficiency is not just economic policy, but a foundational shift in its global strategic positioning. The future implication is clear. Expect increasing competition and friction in the technology sector as China aggressively pursues its long-term goals. To summarize, China's interest is rooted in tech independence, driven by geopolitical strategy, and realized through massive state investments. This will redefine global power structure. The atmosphere at a university commencement is usually one of celebration, but a recent graduation ceremony at NYU turned controversial when students vocally protested the guest speaker. We are breaking down the moment a best-selling author's commencement speech at New York University was met with widespread boos and disruption from the graduating class. The setting was the annual NYU commencement ceremony, a massive event meant to celebrate years of hard work and achievement for thousands of students. The prestigious honor of commencement speaker went to a polarizing, yet highly successful best-selling author, known for their provocative social commentary. As the author took to the podium, the initial moments were filled with the usual polite applause, but an undercurrent of tension was already palpable among the students. The author's appearance immediately divided the audience, with some cheering, but many more expressing their displeasure through audible murmurs and hesitant clapping. The speech quickly pivoted to contentious territory, touching on themes related to politics, identity, and generational values, which are subjects the author has previously drawn fire for. As the author continued, the murmurs turned into outright protest, illustrating a clear rift between the speaker's message and the students' values. The peak of the controversy was reached when a significant portion of the audience began booing loudly, making it difficult for the speaker to continue their address. The protests stemmed from the author's past public statements and writings, which students felt were dismissive or harmful to marginalized groups on campus and beyond. Despite the vocal interruptions, the author attempted to address the disruption directly, acknowledging the strong feelings but maintaining their right to free speech. Following the speech, the ceremony proceeded, but the moment of protest cast a shadow over the remainder of the event, generating immediate buzz online. The incident quickly went viral, sparking fierce debate across social media and traditional news outlets about free speech, protest culture, and, quote, cancel culture on university campuses. NYU released a statement shortly after, balancing support for the students' right to peaceful protest with a defense of the platform given to the commencement speaker. Ultimately, the event served as a stark reminder of the cultural and political tensions currently navigating university environments. From celebration to confrontation, the NYU commencement will be remembered not just for the diplomas handed out, but for the powerful statement made by the graduating class. This incident raises important questions about who universities invite to speak and the evolving dynamics of student activism in public forums.